see how this fits into the men's doubles draw. This is the second quarter, and it's that top match that we're looking at. So potentially there will be a meeting with Go and Izudin if the seedings work out in the quarterfinals. Long way to go though before then. Starting with this round of 32. And the players on their way out, as you can see.
On Hoki, limit 7. Please welcome the technical officials.
It's the 8th meeting between these two pairs. Liang and Wang have a narrow lead. It says 5-3 there. Okay. Only counting ranking events on the head-to-heads that I give you.
Black, red for you.
They won the last meeting, actually, did Hoki and Kobayashi in this arena. That was at the Malaysia Masters in May. Less than half an hour. Actually met in this tournament 12 months ago when Liang and Wang won the day. Ranked 4 now, they have been up at 1 in the world. Together 4 years, of course they famously won Olympic silver in Paris and the World Championship bronze the year before that. And they were beaten finalists at the World Tour Finals in Hangzhou just a couple of weeks ago. 9 World Tour titles as a pair, but only one, as I mentioned, in the last year and a bit. That was the Hong Kong Open in 2025. They were the champions here a year earlier than that. And on the other side of the net, Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi, ranked down at 11 in the world now, but they have been top of the shop, and that was September of 2022. Been playing together for a long time, a decade or so. World champions in 2021. 7 World Tour titles, including this one 4 years ago. But only 1 tournament victory since 2023. That was the Denmark Open last year. Tiffany Gallos from New Zealand is the service judge here. And Iris Metspalu of Estonia is the service judge. Wonder how much that last meeting, Bobby, is in the minds of Hoki and Kobayashi, and more particularly probably Liang and Wang, because it was a 29-minute victory in straight games, which, considering Liang and Wang were ranked a lot higher, was a somewhat surprising scoreline.
Yeah, it was a surprise. I don't recall the context of that match personally. I can only look at the results. But Liang and Wang have been a top 10 pair over the last 3 years, pretty much solidly. Hoki and Kobayashi now at 30 years old each. I actually was surprised to see them come back and win the Denmark Open last year because of their list of opponents to do so. Double Olympic champion Wang Qilin they had to beat in round of 16. They beat Chen Li of China, Ranki Reddy and Shetty, and then Alfian and Fikri in the final. it proves that they're still capable, and that for me is brilliant. Hoki and Kobayashi, somewhere around the COVID period, late in 21 and into 22, was simply the best doubles pair in the world for me for a period of 3 to 6 months. Since then, however, I mean, they've spent most of last year outside of the top 10 in the world, and hence it was a bit of a surprise and a shock that they did so well in Denmark.
And Wang, China. And on my left, Hoki and Kobayashi, Japan. One turn to serve to Kobayashi. Level. Play.
So Wang Chong to serve first of all to the left-handed Kobayashi.
But just going back to your question about the previous meeting, and without that context, I'm not sure how much it will play in the minds. They might just write it off. The Chinese just might write it off as a freak result, and you know, they've got enough confidence in their own game and enough big results around the last couple of years to sort of just put that out of their minds and treat this like a new match.
Is it a concern, though, that for a pair that are ranked 4 in the world, and were relatively recently ranked 1, that they've only won 1 title in the last 15 months?
Yeah, I think it is, and I think it just also highlights how wide open the men's doubles is. I mean, we take Kim Won-ho and Seo Sung-jae out of that context to have proven how good they've been and consistent they've been over the course of the last year. Everybody else has a chance to win inside the sort of top 10, top 12 in the world, has a chance to make the final alongside Kim and Seo. And so for that reason, perhaps it isn't a surprise they haven't won many titles. But they could, on their day, on their week, they could dominate the field.
Service called against Liang there. Too high, got to serve from below 115 centimetres.
Yeah, fault call from the umpire. Not sure why.
Double touch. Yes.
Double hit.
Yes.
I didn't see that, to be honest.
No, I didn't.
Umpire's decision is final.
Well, men's doubles played at such a high pace, flat, fast rallies.
2.
Good umpiring.
Service over. 3, 5.
It's never going to be a match of long rallies, this, was it?
No, well, all 4 really put so much pressure on the first 3 shots. The Japanese in particular try and win the rally, or at least getting in a winning position so early on. Hunting the net, anything around the service line, they've always been a threat, Hoki and Kobayashi.
7, 3.
So fast moving forwards.
Very, very good at the net. Hoki.
3.
That said, it was played right into his hitting zone, but nonetheless, good proactive play, and they've got themselves handy little early lead, the Japanese here.
Service over. 4-8.
I like the serve, the variation. Get the Japanese away from that service line.
5-8.
And it's a clever serve as well because it's Liang Wei-kang on serve. He doesn't want to be in there mixing it up with Hoki or Kobayashi. Wang Zhang is the sort of forecourt man. He's so good around the service line. Three flick serves in a row and 3 points to the Chinese.
7-8.
Really well placed. Didn't want the shuffle changing either, Liang Wei-kang.
Five points in a row for the men in red.
Service over. 9-8.
Good power, Kobayashi.
Service over. 9-4.
Terrific play. Good variation from Liang Wei-kang. You see there how Kobayashi was well back in court, expecting the pace because it's such a powerful smash.
Just went long.
10-9. Wang Zhang challenges, gold out.
So first Hoki challenge of this men's doubles match with score finally balanced. Let's see what technology says here. Pulled long, and it was indeed.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 10-all. Line. Service over.
So mid-game break, just a point in it. The Chinese pair in front.
其他打起来都不错，其他打起来都很好，加油啊！
这起完就可以小考得很。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 10. Play.
Broken string, I think, Wang can't. Oh, broken racket. Wow.
How did that happen?
Change.
Just so much force. The amount of torque he's got in that shot just snapped the frame in half.
I'd certainly try and get the money back for that.
I doubt Liang Khan has bought a racket since he was probably 6 years old.
11. Service over. 12-all.
Gets up high, as you can see there in that replay, Hoki, for a fairly short bloke.
He's only 5'5", but he's got great spring, and that generates a lot of power.
Service over. 13-12.
So good in that area, Wang Chan.
Service over.
But it's punch and counter punch at the moment. Always felt like it's going to be a hard match to call. Head-to-head 4-3. Two pairs who have both been #1 in the world in the last 3 or 4 years.
13.
Looking really confident today, Hoki and Kobayashi. That's 2 or 3 rallies with an even split, really. That's played right into the hands of the man coming into the net.
Service over. 14-15.
Well, I hope he would like that one again.
Yeah, reaching for the shot instead of moving his feet. Superb attacking. That's the rotation they want to get in.
15.
Liang Khan going back into middle, and Wang Chang. The whole court to aim at.
Service over. 16. All.
Well anticipated.
Service
Knew
over.
exactly what he was looking to do with that. Wang Chong.
Thank you. 17, 16.
Coverage from Hoki. Lovely block again. Yeah, another fast reaction. And that slight endy drift is never going to help the Japanese keep that in court.
Service over. 17, 18.
Some relenting pressure, isn't it, from those two?
19, 17.
To within 2 points now this opening game.
Yeah, you give Liang time on the shuttle overhead, and he might not finish the rally in one shot, but will certainly set his partner up.
Service over. 18, 19.
So, that error, Kobayashi gives the Chinese 2 game points. Fantastic defense from the Japanese.
Oh, he's down.
Oh, what an inopportune moment to slip. Kobayashi probably on some sweat on the court, and the effect is that it gives the Chinese pair the game. Once he stumbled, just no way of getting back. So 21-18, Chinese pair take the open.
Good opening game. I think we can simply expect more of the same.
对角是吧？直线可以，都可以接得一点。
但我觉得他牵我看左手，他一般左手牵，左手在牵。我拿我没喝过来，但我这样给他那边他矮嘛，他矮的底下他打不什么球的。
他对啊，他对抽的时候呢，往上就只要对上就好一点，没问题。还是你看那个都是那边哎，这个都对了，咱们说哎。勝ってもできますよ。全然チャンスはスマッシュは出です。OK。頑張れよ。OK。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game, level.
Well, certainly Liang and Wang have got that last match out of their system so far, when they were beaten comprehensively by Japanese pair. But they're so experienced, Hoki and Kobayashi, certainly wouldn't bet against them coming back here in game 2.
Service over. 1-4. Service over. 2-1.
Japanese ought to be able to be a bit more aggressive with those mid-court shots into the rear corners on this side of the court. 1 or 2 went out the back in the opening game, and I think that drift will help them here.
Service over. 2-3.
Superb return of serve.
Service over. 4-2.
That's dropped inside the line, if anything.
5-2.
Oh, a judgment there from Hoki.
Lovely shot. A little bit more creativity needed, I think, at times from the Chinese. Zhang there had time to delay the shot or maybe use a bit of deception to get straight into the Japanese hands.
Well, they couldn't have wished for a better start than this, Hoki and Kobayashi. Pressurising their opponents almost every rally in this second game.
Good net play from Liang. Not something we say all that often. Real confidence playing that tight block. And Wang Chang was really hunting the shuttle in the midcourt earlier in the rally.
8-2. Service over. 3-10.
That strip shot.
No interest in the forecourt. The Chinese are just putting Hoki on the back line.
I think too many would have predicted this score at the mid-game break, though. 11-3. Hoki and Kobayashi in excellent shape to level this match.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 3. Play.
What do you think's made the difference in this second game? It can't just be the end, surely. Not with this scoreline.
No, well, I think that ability to be able to drive into the rear corners does help the Japanese, but it also has caused a little bit of doubt and confusion amongst the Chinese. That last rally before the break, for example, they had no intention of trying to counter-attack or trying to use flat shots to create something, an opportunity in the midcourt.
14-3.
Feels to me like they are very unsettled on this side. I don't know how to play the conditions as well as their opponents. That, for example, that's a winner from this side. If the Japanese hit the same shot at the same pace, it stays in. And you've got that advantage. It's gone long here for the Chinese, and that will only make that doubt even stronger in their minds.
Well, they have challenged it, but not sure they're going to have much joy. Let's see. No, way beyond the back line. And they've just sensed from the body language of those two that they may be starting to think that it's probably an irrecoverable lead that the Japanese have got. They're just going to be thinking about potentially the decider.
Very almost defensive start to the rallies from the Chinese.
Service over. 4-3. 15.
Misjudgment that hit the back line.
Yeah, the intensity of these two has dropped slightly. I think, like you said, the scoreline's so far against them.
Nice touch at the net there.
17-4.
Lightning fast match this. We're not even half an hour in and we've nearly completed the second game.
His return.
Service over. 5-17. Service over. 18-5.
Go!
19-5.
It's going to be interesting in the third. It looks inevitable now for a third, but these two pairs will finish the match on these ends. Let's see how the Chinese evolve and learn to cope with that far side.
Service over. 6-19.
Well, they're going to challenge this as well. This might be certainly closer than the last one they challenged, although the bar's pretty low in that regard.
Yeah, I think a slower shot to the back line, a lift or a clear, seems a bit of a waste. Albeit, the second game's almost over. May as well use them.
So, little matter here of 14 game points.
20. Game point 6. Play. Service over. 7-20.
Well, it didn't take them very long, did it? 21-7, comprehensive in that second game for the Japanese. Decider coming right up.
21-7, 1 game more.
レシーブは OK ですね。1回で落とすとか、もうちょっとでいいね。もうちょっと我慢なく。はい。でも絶対最初に行ってくると思う。そこだけどうしても負けない。
20 seconds. Final game. Level 1. Service over. 1 love.
Previous two-game scores suggest the Chinese need a strong start to this deciding game.
2 love.
Take advantage of this near side of the court.
Service over. 1, 2.
A little bit slow to recover there. A little slip from Wang Chang. Hey. Kobayashi doing everything he can to keep the rally alive.
2. Yes. Yes. You're good. You're good. Thank you. One time. 3, 2.
Golden opportunity for Hoki. Doesn't normally miss that kind of chance.
Strong start this from the Chinese pair after being rather outclassed in the second game.
Thinking a 11-6, maybe 11-7 would be about even par before the change of ends.
3, 5.
Line judge says this landed on the line. That's a great challenge from Takura Hoki.
Might be the first successful, maybe there've been a couple, but the vast majority of challenges have gone the way of the original line call.
Yeah, I can't remember a successful challenge before that one, actually. Must have been one.
Service over. 6-4. Service over. 5-6.
He looks a little dissatisfied at the end of some rallies in Waitan. I'm not sure if it's with himself or with his partner. Lovely shot.
But it's certainly, if it's the latter, it gets a little unsettling, because you kind of know, don't you, if your partner's kind of got a downer on you. Not the best feeling at all in doubles.
Great return.
Just absolutely stunning pressure from the Japanese pair. Some fantastic retrieving from the Chinese, but in the end, just had no answer. And this is building up potentially. I can see a very tight finish to this deciding game.
Thought we might have seen a bit more pressure from Hoki.
8-6.
An ultimate shot. Could have put a bit of pace into the body of his opponent.
Well, only 41 minutes to hear, but fantastic entertainment for a pretty impressive crowd on a Tuesday morning.
Bracket ends up underneath the umpire's chair, I think.
Yeah, I'm no expert, but I'm not sure it's going to do it any good. Well, they're saying that it got a touch off one of the Japanese players.
I thought Kobayashi did really well to get out of the way here.
Yeah, I did too.
Service over. 7-9.
Oh, it touched him, didn't it? It did.
May have done. Tough angle, that one, but
Parted his hair, didn't it?
Service over. 10-7.
it was call right at the start of the match, wasn't there, where the Chinese were upset with the decision. A double hit, that was it. Those 2 points might prove crucial here.
So it looks like we're going to end up with a kind of interval scoreline that might produce a really tense finish for this match. Perceived to be an advantage for the Japanese pair after the break when the change ends.
Well, they've undoubtedly coped better on that far side. I mean, the Chinese looked lost in that second game.
Well, they might even get to the break with a lead.
I'm not sure this was brilliantly timed. I think he got a bit lucky here, Hoki.
Yeah, part frame, part racket, doesn't matter.
Couldn't ask for a better result.
Thank you. Thank you.
So final point coming up before the interval here in the decider. So 11-10 it is. Liang and Wang lead by 1.
Good intensity here from Wang Chang.
So here we go then, to a conclusion. Not standing on ceremony there.
12-10.
Yeah, their most effective route to win points. Liang at the back, ideally in the middle. And Wang Chang with options.
Service over. 11-12.
Yeah, you'd like another go at that, I think. Really good anticipation from Takura Hoki. So quick to the net. Kobayashi slipped again there.
13-12. Play simple. Okay. 13-12.
So 4 points in a row for the Japanese.
15-12.
Must be an arena that really suits them, Hoki and Kobayashi. Winners here 4 years ago.
Not a good time to have a little dip in form. Liang and Wang in trouble now in this decider.
Good interception from Wang Chan.
Service over. 13-16.
Crowd really getting behind this match, aren't they?
Service over.
Yeah, and the longer it's gone on, the longer the rallies seem to be getting.
Service fault.
I can't remember a previous service fault in this match, can you?
Okay.
Well, there's never a good time, is there? But that was a particularly bad time, deep in the deciding game.
That's a real lifeline for the Chinese.
Yeah, 18-13, you're thinking probably no way back.
Solid defending. Oh, great play from Wang Chan.
Best rally of the match, this.
I was going to say, not just getting longer, Trevor, but getting better as well.
Service over. 18-14.
Momentum was changing time and time again. Wang Chan doesn't miss too many from there.
Thank you. Play support.
Similarly in the second game, the Chinese don't like to sort of hold the net from that side of the court. and get the attack back. They keep going back into the rear corners. Don't quite understand it. Just kept going. Heartbreaking. Liang and Wang.
He hit that so hard.
All three smashes, I think. Don't have the shot clock down there this week, do we? Bit of confusion. The Chinese trying to recover. They've done well. They've done very well.
16-19.
So that lovely little shot that had Liang crossfade on the court brings up 4 match points for the pair that won this title in 2022.
It's lightning fast, Hoki. And again, a little slip from Liang.
Dropped on the line.
Service over. 17-20.
Yeah, difficult one to judge, but I think he left that in hope. Great pickup.
It landed on the line. Incredible. And they take the decider 21-17. And the number 4 seed to history here on the opening day of the Malaysia Open. It was that spell they had just after the interval, wasn't it? Hoki and Kobayashi got themselves a decent lead and never really looked like relinquishing it. That's a big win for them.
Huge win and second win in a row against this particular pair. They looked so confident today. Speed of movement was everything. That second game just killed the match. And the Chinese didn't seem to really recover mentally. Good performance. You can see how much it means to Hoki.
So experience defeats youth here in this men's doubles round of 32. Victory for the Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi. They win 18-21, 21-7, 21-17 in just shy of an hour. Well, don't go away, because when we come back, the ever-popular Rachana Kintanon will be centre stage. She's taking on Malvika Bansod of India. That's next. Well, a warm welcome back to the Malaysian capital, where it's day one of the Malaysia Open, the first tournament of the year, one of the Super 1000s, and we've reached match number 4. Women's singles, the ever-popular tie, Rachana Kintanon seeded 7, up against the young Indian, Malvika Bansod. I say young, she's 24 now, seems to have been around a long time though. Here's how this all fits in to the women's singles draw.